I did call in. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. China pandemic origins. Many have reported the NIH role with EcoHealth Alliance and work done to make coronaviruses more dangerous at Ralph Barrick's lab at the University of North Carolina, as well as with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. But USAID, which is part of the State Department, funneled far more money to EcoHealth Alliance, especially through its PREDICT program, than the NIH did. I have a couple of questions on this. When will USAID release proposals, progress reports, and correspondence for USAID grants and contracts to EcoHealth Alliance with subcontracts or other pass-throughs to the Wuhan Institute of Virology and other relevant entities?
I'm not immediately familiar with this contract. These are the types of questions you're welcome to send in to us.
You did, when you're addressing China, you did say you're doing all you can to address the pandemic origins issue, and you called for transparency. So if I might get these on the record, why does USAID fund bioweapons agents discovery research? In particular, why has USAID funded bioweapons agents discovery research performed in collaboration with China?
We have, and again, if we have anything to provide on these specific questions, we'd be happy to provide that. We have an abiding interest in working with countries around the world on issues of global public health. We have had far too many reminders, of course, most notably, the emergence of COVID-19 and its spread from an outbreak to an epidemic to a pandemic, of the need to see to it that global health infrastructure is as strong and robust as can possibly be. We have an interest in working with countries around the world on transnational challenges. By their very definition, they are transnational. They do not respect borders. They are not confined to one country or a block of countries. And again, COVID-19 was as good a reminder as any other illustration that we've had in recent years of the imperative of working with countries, even when we have profound differences, profound disagreements with a particular country, working together when we can on transnational threats. Public health, infectious disease, these are transnational issues. Infectious diseases are a transnational threat. It's incumbent upon the United States as a responsible country to do all we can when it's in our interests, the interests of the American people, but also when it's in the interest of the global community, as is the case with infectious disease, to work with countries around the world to strengthen this global health resilience.
But the stipulation here is that this collaboration could have caused the problem. Specific question, has Dennis Carroll, who headed the PREDICT program, been investigated and held accountable for unlawfully diverting USAID funds to the Global Virome Project, the private organization he would formally join after leaving USAID?
I am not familiar with this individual or with the facts of the case. I'm also not sure these questions have universal interest or applicability. So I would,
I would think pandemic origins has universal interest.
I would encourage you to send in these questions, and if we have anything, we will get back to you. Yes,
I'd love to get something on the record.
Okay, go ahead.
I know that you don't want to get into the intelligence behind these reports about the COVID origins, but I'm wondering if the State Department can respond to comments made by the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson who said that certain parties should stop rehashing the lab leak narrative, stop smearing China, and stop politicizing origins tracing. Does the State Department have a response to those comments?
I don't want to get into back and forth with the PRC over this. Our interest in this is an affirmative one. Our interest in this is understanding the origins of COVID-19 so that the world, and the United States, of course, can be better prepared to respond should another infectious disease emerge. Should an outbreak become an epidemic, God forbid, should it become a pandemic. This is our interest in the questions of the origins of COVID-19 and in better understanding the emergence of previous infectious diseases, how the world has responded well, where there are areas for improvement, all with an eye to saving lives going forward.
Broader picture with China, are you concerned that this new reporting, in light of the spy balloon, in light of China's concern about providing lethal weapons to Russia, are you concerned that bringing this COVID origin back into the light is going to exacerbate tensions with China even more, given that this was their response to that?
I can only speak to you about our intent, and we think it is imperative that we do everything we can to understand the origins of COVID-19, to protect our people and to protect people around the world going forward. That is why the intelligence community engaged in this work, why the President directed the intelligence community to prepare assessments, to update those assessments. There is nothing political about this. This is a question of national security. Public health and national security have a very close nexus. I think we saw the nexus of public health and national security when it comes to COVID-19, because the emergence of a disease like COVID-19 that spreads around the world, that knows no borders, quickly moves from the world of public health to the broader realm of national security. We would wish to see from the PRC a greater degree of responsibility, a greater acknowledgement that it's in the interest of the Chinese people, yes, to better understand the origins of COVID-19, but it's in the interest of people around the world to understand the origins of COVID-19, again, because this is not about a question of, this is not just about a question of what happened 3 or 4 years ago in a part of China. This is about what we can do as an international community right now to prepare for the possible emergence of another round of infectious disease, something that we hope doesn't happen, but hope is not a strategy, and we need to be prepared should one emerge.
I have, if